Yeah. Live in effect, y'all. Let's talk sports, y'all. Back at it one more time, man. AK the Apostle. Got my man Bezel, my man Harvey over there. Shout out to the people, everybody.
What's
All
going
right.
on? What's good, world? Welcome to Let's Talk Sports. We back up and smoking all over again.
Yeah, so let's get it popping, everybody. Like it's week two in the NFL. We got the NBA going on. We got a lot to get into, man. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with the football world. Of course, everybody want to know, man, what in the world took place down at AT&T Stadium yesterday down there in Texas? Because if you was a Cowboy fan or Atlanta fan, you was hurt, sick, mad, all at the same time. You didn't know what you watched yesterday. Because I still don't know what I watched yesterday. You know, I mean, came out the gate. Cowboys was just I mean, I thought Mike McCarthy might get fired by halftime. The way them boys looked, fumbling all over the place. They just looked like they was a college team out there, and Atlanta just was funning around with them. Then all of a sudden, they got the rolling. Then Atlanta, I mean, whoa, listen, Dan Quinn, what I saw was crazy. I mean, he did a B. That man did everything in his power. It was like Cowboy said, "Here, take the game." Atlanta was like, "No, you take the game." Dallas was like, "No, you take the game." Atlanta was like, "No, you take the game." And finally, Atlanta just said, "You know what? We don't want it." Because I've never seen what I seen yesterday, man. What you think about the game, player?
Well, basically, what I saw, man, was the Cowboys weren't prepared. They basically they came in the game and they were just going through the motions, fumbling the ball, miscues. People want to blame Dak in the beginning, but I couldn't put that on Dak. If you know me, I'm a very, very critical person of Dak. You know what I mean? But I just think they just came in the game half asleep, and Atlanta jumped up on them. Atlanta was like on them. But the problem was Atlanta do what Atlanta do. And I'm a fan of the Falcons. It's just when they get ahead on you, they just start like they forget the game. They forget what they're doing and why they here. You know what I mean? Hence the Super Bowl, a couple Super Bowls. It's just what they do. I mean, and Dallas stayed in it. I mean, Dak was fired up. He was fired up. They stayed in it. But the Cowboys did everything possible to give that game to Atlanta yesterday. And Atlanta was like, here, we don't want it.
I mean, what I saw, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I seen he went for it like on fourth down, like every fourth down. Like every time they had a fourth down, he went for it.
Yeah.
And then the craziest decision out of all of that, outside of that onside kick, the craziest thing I saw was it was 4 minutes left to go in the game. Dallas had no timeouts. And on a second down, with the clock running, they threw a bomb.
Yeah.
It came up short and it stopped the clock. That was the craziest decision I've ever seen. Because, if the clock had kept running, you can run like 40-second chunks off the clock just off running a play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you throw a bomb, which only took like a couple seconds on the clock, and it was incomplete? See what I'm saying? So you stopped the clock. You know what I mean? Ran it again. Then you went for another pass play. They sacked Matt Ryan. So then, come on, bro. And then Dallas came down there, scored the touchdown. They went for two. Didn't get it.
Yeah.
They didn't get it. And didn't get it. And kicked it off to you again. You had I mean, Atlanta had three. I've never seen a team have 3 chances to run the clock out in 4 minutes and can't do it. I've never seen that before. And that onside kick, that might be the dumbest onside kick I ever seen in my life. I'm a Cowboy fan. Listen, if y'all running around here beating your chest, listen, I'm not gonna lie. It felt good to get a victory because I swear I couldn't take another loss, but there's nothing to be excited about. We have issues, buddy. We got issues, especially on the defensive front. Has anybody seen DeMarcus Lawrence? Have you seen him? Do he know what a quarterback look like? Have you pinched him?
Well, I'm gonna touch on this, man. Being real, like they athletes, so people take it for granted, but they say, well, they should be ready, game ready. Now you got to get your reps in. It's a reason why it's preseason. I know we don't like to see preseason, but being honest, these first 2 games are like preseason. Chemistry and all that. It's preseason. Now it counts, but these first 2 games, they didn't scrimmage nobody. They didn't have a chance to say, okay, you won the job off of competition. People won the job off of reps and off of practice.
And that's crazy. And we cut veterans. We let veterans walk out the door off of what somebody did.
Well, people still on the street. You know what I mean? There's still people on the street that can help your team, can help Washington. And we talking about your team, but I got something to talk about these scans too that irritated me.
It's coming up.
Yeah, let me jump out here for a minute. Me being from the A, from Georgia, you understand me? I mean, the Falcons I ain't been with the Falcons ever since they disrespected Vic like that. You know what I'm saying? Even further than that. So I mean, that's the home team, but I don't pull for them like that because I know they're known to choke in the clutch. And they did that yesterday because I don't care what anybody say. A grown man making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you see that tater flipping around on the ground, and you ain't diving for it. Something wrong with your psyche. You got there. I don't know how you got there, but if that tater spin around on the ground, I'm diving for it if ain't nobody on top of it. And so I didn't even watch the game. I was watching Baltimore versus the Patriots. But when I went back and saw the highlights of it, I felt like that's what they supposed to do. I mean, they stuck to their script.
Bro, but Baltimore played Houston yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. I know they played the Patriots. Didn't the Baltimore play the Patriots?
No, Seattle played the Patriots. Baltimore played
Seattle. Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Okay. And Baltimore played Houston.
Falcons stuck the script. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Now, the Washington football team. Funny what 7 days can change. I mean, just a week ago. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I will say this. Washington was in that game in the beginning. They kept shooting themselves in the foot like they did with the Eagles. The problem was this wasn't the Eagles they were playing.
Right.
The Cardinals, I had them in my top 5 and to win their division. Yes, over Seattle. Yes, over San Francisco. Yes, over the Rams. That boy Buda Baker is everything advertised. Isaiah Simmons is all that. They draft pick. He struggled a little in the first week, but he is that dude. And Patrick Peterson, lights out. He been getting back. Last year he wasn't that good, but he back. He's elite. I think with Kyler Murray, he's a star. He's small, and they want to take away his credit, but that boy can pass and he can run. They can't get their hands on him. Like I said, he split. Do you see that play where he split them players in going in the end zone? I mean, the boy is something serious. That defense is serious. And people forget. This is a different team. You got Hopkins over here. Kirk going to be a top 10 receiver the next year. And you have Fitz. And Fitz is a Hall of Fame. You have Drake that didn't do much. And you have Edmonds back there. Now, if you say that the boy only threw for like 175 yards. Drake them rushed for under 75 yards. Hopkins didn't even receive for 100 yards. I would have taken them stats. Them boys got 3 sacks on them. If the defense got 3 sacks on them, I would have said, hey, with those stats right there, the Redskins would have won. But the problem was they kept shooting themselves in the foot. Every time they got a chance. Red zone, interception. Fumble. Got down in red zone, fumble. Sacked out. Haskett, pat, fall back, sacked out of the red zone, so they couldn't kick a field goal. Different things. They want to blame Haskins, but you got to understand he only played like 8 games in college. Last year, they didn't want him there. The coach didn't even reach out. Their coaches didn't even reach out to his college coach. The first time this college coach talked to anybody was this year when Riverboat called and reached out to him. So he's learning our offense. He doesn't have any weapons. He got young weapons. You got Scary Terry, yes, and you have Gibson, but you got McKenzie. People that people didn't want. You don't have a tight end. Your other receiver, all your receivers are under 5 years in the league. So with that being said, you let go AP. That could have been leadership on the team.
Right.
And that would have been a veteran's presence in the locker room. on leadership, something to pat the young boy. Hey, it's gonna be okay. You gonna go through this. But you got cats your same age telling you stuff on the side. You can't look up to them. You need a veteran's presence on the sideline. With that being said, it's still preseason, baby. It's 2 games. It's gonna count for real.
Not preseason.
It's
Not preseason.
listen.
Stop saying that.
Listen,
it is not preseason.
Let me say this. On what I am saying is basically it counts. But if you look at it, a team have 4 games of preseason. Starters play 2 games in preseason.
One.
They play a little bit. No, they play 1 full game.
They play 3 quarters in the third one.
Okay, but listen, this is what I'm saying. You don't have no scrimmages against other teams that you didn't have this year.
Okay.
You didn't have none of that.
Okay.
And this is for every team. That's why you get these injuries because these cats are not in condition. Yesterday, how many injuries was it?
Injuries now.
I agree with you on the injuries.
So with that being said, what preseason does is get you game ready. You went from not doing nothing
to getting hit.
Gotcha. So the game is fast. This is not college. This ain't pick up on the street.
I get you.
All these players you playing are elite. They're elite players. Even the sorriest player on a team is elite.
Let's say this though. Let's be honest. This season right now, this year could come down to very well who's healthiest.
Yeah.
Come December.
Hold on.
You know,
I want to say this, jumping out here. The first show, this is our second show. So the first time we did Let's Talk, we debated about what the defense was gonna fall. And I'm saying, and with this small sample size, I'm impressed. So I mean, we a defense-based team right now. So, I mean, as long as the defense keeps standing up, I'm okay with it.
Nigga, we gonna win a few games. Defense gonna win you a few games.
The question is this, and this is the question I'm gonna leave to all Washington football team fans. How long are y'all gonna wait before you put Alex back in the game?
You're not gonna put Alex back in the game. That's a good story. It sounds good, but it's murderous.
Is it?
Yeah, I agree.
Did you see his leg? Did you see the surgeries that he went through?
Woo,
He was getting a 300-pound man. Your good leg wouldn't hold up. It sounds good, and it's good for him to be on that sideline. And maybe he need to talk to Haskins a little more and be a mentor on the sideline. Not saying that he's not, but he need to do that. But he do not need to take that field. I will cringe every time somebody hit that man. That man may want to play, but you stupid if you put that man out there. Haskins has to go through his growing pains. Okay. They drafted him in that position to do that. Listen, you're not going to get Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is that dude coming out of college. But guess what? You're not going to get him. It's hard to be the worst team in the NFL. The Redskins teams try to be the worst team and they don't fall in their lap. I mean, you're not going to get Trevor Lawrence. Play it. Let him learn the game. You didn't do due diligence to get him weapons. You didn't. It's people out there. It's still some people out there. But you bring in Inman, what? McKenzie? You didn't get him weapons. You went at Cooper. And that was a bust because he didn't want to go. He said, no, I'll take less money and stay where I'm at.
Man, get him man $100 million, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But listen, but my thing is he took less with the Redskins. The Redskins offered him more money. But here go the thing.
100 million.
Here go the thing. But that's all y'all did. You didn't do anything to surround them with weapons. You didn't do anything.
There's Brian still out there.
Huh?
There's Brian still out there.
I mean, Hooper was out there. Hooper was
Brian still out there.
Brown is out there, even though he's a nutcase.
They ain't going after Dez. They don't like that attention.
Dez. Hey, listen.
See, hold on.
Nobody can talk about Dez.
Listen.
Dez is that dude. Been that dude.
See, that's what's wrong with the Dan Snyders and the Jerry Jones of the world. When it's time to do the obvious, you never do it.
Yeah.
Like you got Earl Thomas sitting right there in front of you, and you're watching your secondary get bobby fried for 2 weeks. Y'all know y'all need another receiver. You know you do.
He didn't get let go because he couldn't perform. You understand?
You know you need another receiver, and you gotta. I mean, put it like this: other than Scary Terry, name somebody on the Redskins better than Dez Bryant right now. I wait.
None. Nobody out there. They don't have nobody. They have outside of Scary Terry on offense. Gibson gonna be a star.
I am not a fan of we're gonna develop the talent until we get it. When I got somebody that's already here that's better than them. Now let's go ahead and move on to this. How you think Cam looked his first couple weeks, and how you think Russell Wilson looking right now? Because I got somebody they're going crazy. Russell Wilson is going to be the MVP if they, he is playing lights out.
Let me jump out here first. I want to say this. Brian put me on notice last week. I'm not last week. Last time we did the show about Russell Wilson, saying that he would have got it if it hadn't been for the Chiefs. Patrick. So I've always been a fan of Russell ever since he stepped on the stage and went to the Super Bowl. He is a side. Russell is the new improved Drew Brees to me, first of all. So I'm like, Russell gonna do his thing. And when Brian said the Cardinals are gonna beat cerebrally, I think that the Seahawks stand a better chance because the other guy is young right now.
The Seahawks got a what?
I feel like the Seahawks are gonna win the division over the Cardinals.
It sounds good. It's gonna come down to them in Arizona.
That's a good bet.
It'll come good. But let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you right now. Let me explain something to you right now. I like Seattle. I do. But them boys, that quarterback they got, he's something special. And not only that, they say, well, he's something special, but where his weapons? Man, he got Hopkins out here. He got Fitz right here. And nobody talk about Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk
is going to be top 5. I said top 10. He'll be top 5.
Hey, listen. I ain't going to lie. I seen a couple plays yesterday for that Cardinal game. I was like, man, they got a couple track stars out there.
Hey, listen.
They got some boys that can get down that field.
Listen, and the quarterback is poised. Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, Chandler Jones, Isaiah Simmons, Buda Baker, man, them boys is for real.
Yeah, they back.
And listen,
they are back.
They hitting.
They are back.
They hitting.
They are back.
Listen. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was surprised about Arizona these last 2 weeks. And like I said, I would not be surprised if they win the division. And I would not be surprised if they go far in these playoffs when they get there because they got a solid team. That move
and well coached.
Listen, that move they did for DeAndre Hopkins was paramount, brother. That is a game changer. That was a game changer. That's smart. See, that's what I'm saying. Redskins, Cowboys, front office, take notes.
They're the most expensive team in the league, most valuable team in the league, and they don't do the right thing. That's what y'all saying.
No, listen. You see what they did? They was last year. Arizona was a team that's just trying to rebuild and grow. Mm-hmm. But then they went out and said, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a top 3 receiver in the league and add him
traded him for peanuts."
And they traded for David Johnson.
Listen.
David Johnson at one point in time
was one point in time. So was AP.
But David Johnson is still in his prime.
He is not in his prime.
No, he's not living up to his expectation that he set for himself.
Then he's not in his prime.
But
how old is he?
He's like 26, 20, like something like that. All I know is this: Arizona definitely got the better end of that deal. See,
they got him for peanuts. Like you talk about, you got arguably that people could say. There's some people that would say he is the best receiver in the league. Some people will say he's the best. A lot of people say Michael Thomas, but guess what? Michael Thomas get the injury bug. Hop's gonna beat it. One thing about it is
Julio. We just gonna forget Julio in the league.
Julio get hurt a lot. Julio
but
get
he's
hurt
still
a lot.
Julio.
He is still Julio. Julio got me in fantasy 2 points yesterday. Well, Hop's gonna get you them points. Hop gonna get you them points. He gonna go get it.
Hey, what about number 16 from Seattle though, Brian? He was putting up numbers yesterday.
Oh, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Lockett. You got Lockett. You got Metcalf. You got some boys. You got some boys.
Metcalf a beast.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but he ain't Hopkins.
No, you're right.
He ain't Hopkins.
Based on what you're saying right now,
he ain't Kirk.
Hey, bro, that's a valid argument. He definitely could be number 1. He definitely could be the number 1.
I gotta go watch.
Now D-Hop gets it in.
D-Hop getting it in with numbers where they say. And this is being real. They say with outside of a few, but for most cases, they say that with black quarterbacks, they like to run. So it take away from their production as far as like receivers and other things because they run or automatically. Maybe coaches put them in the positions where they have to run a lot or whatever. And they're not traditional pocket passes for the most part. They're not. They gonna no matter what if people are automatic. It's a thing subconsciously. If you got a black quarterback, they expect you to be able to run. And that's just being honest. They expect that.
Which is crazy.
Like they knocked that on Haskins. They say he can't run.
Right. The other part of aka the Apostle asked was about Cam, man. I felt like Cam looked more like the Panther Cam yesterday. But I'm still ride with it though. He looked more like the old Cam yesterday. Them passes.
Yeah, Cam did everything he did. He was a run man show for the most part yesterday.
Yeah, but some of them passes, some of them screen passes, some of them outlet passes, he was throwing the ball too hard, and it was getting there either a second too late or a second too early. Because I mean, it was a lot of incompletions that should have been completed if he wasn't zipping the ball like he was zipping.
Let me explain something again. Like this is why I got onto the preseason part. For quarterbacks that haven't played with this team and their first experience with the team is game time, first 2 games, chemistry is learned. You see what I'm saying? And you're out there, in my case, like in Cam's case, and like I said, your boy Kyler last year, Murray, he had a whole season under his belt. Even though it's his second year, he had a season under his belt with his team to develop chemistry. You see what I'm saying? Haskett had 3 games. Not saying that he's going to be the answer. I don't know about that. We'll see. But that's what this season is for. Cam, he just got with the Patriots. Looking on the sideline on the first game, him and his offensive coordinator dapping like this. I think they cool. Now the thing with Cam is everything is good when it's good. Yeah. Until stuff starts going downhill real bad. So we'll see. With Cam, everything is good when it's good. Cam, you know what I mean? That's the knock on Cam.
No, man, listen, man. The man just want to win.
Yeah, but the thing is, but it's still. I've seen times with the towel over his head.
But I'm saying though, when you got to break out the cape, that Superman thing real. When you got to break out the cape all the time, you know what I mean? You got to remember, man. Listen, this man went to the Super Bowl. This man went to the Super Bowl with 2 running backs that wasn't at the top of the game no more. His number 1 receiver was hurt. His Ted Ginn was his number 1.
Ted Ginn, but he had a defense.
What's his number 1?
He had a defense. He had a defense.
And I don't care what nobody says.
Went to the Super Bowl with just the defense, and they had Trent Dilfer.
He had opportunity to win the game yesterday. At the end of the game, he had opportunity to win the game, and that takeout. Then nothing about that last play looked successful. And then on top of that, old boy had dropped the ball. Or what the cornerback? What his name? Edelman. That pass, that not cornerback. I mean the receiver. That pass, he should have caught that pass, man. That pass went straight through his hands, and then none of the commentators talk about it. That's what I be hating about it, man. They don't be pointing out the obvious stuff that I be seeing.
But like I said, I'm getting back to it. The same thing I'm saying again. For the most part, these are the games that the reps that they would have got with scrimmages during the offseason. They training camp was real short. They didn't even get a real official training camp. Limited practices, limited hitting, limited contact. Anybody can throw out there. We can throw out there and throw passes to the receiver out there and let them catch the ball. We can go out there and throw passes all day and catch it and look good with nobody checking us. You see what I'm saying? So these first few games are games where you can tell when a person got that it factor. But for the most part, these first few games that people just switch teams like Brady. Everybody want to rag on Brady. Listen, let me explain something to you. He 43 years old. He's great. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is, but he's still gonna have to get them reps in that practice. You got to learn your receiver. You know he like it like this. He like it over this shoulder. Or he like it over this shoulder. You got to learn where to put that ball with certain receivers. It's chemistry out here. Seattle, the reason they look good because for the most part, the boy has been with him.
Right. Let me clarify myself. Cause Apollo checked me on. He stank yesterday. I'm saying from the first game that they lost to that back shoulder pass to the highlights because I didn't watch the game, but from the highlights that I saw, the same way I say it looked like Cam regressed to the Carolina Panther. It looked like Brady was back on the head yesterday. That's all that I'm saying. From the highlights, I just saw the highlights. I didn't watch the game.
I mean, listen. If you watch the highlight, then you seen Leonard Fournette take off for a 70-yard run. You seen listen, he played his cards right yesterday. He did what he got to do. Like I told everybody, he's going to find out it ain't sweet in the NFC, baby. It's real over here. It's real in the field over here.
Let me tell you something. And I get it because I like this. I'm a fan of Brady. I think he's the greatest. I think he was the greatest. I
Yeah.
don't like to see him play against none of my teams. But let me tell you something. It's Tom Brady, dog. And Tom Brady is a winner. You can say what you want to. He's a winner.
He ain't gonna win this year.
They're going to figure out he might not. I mean, the thing is, he's getting older.
That's right.
But he got weapons around him to figure it out. He got a good coach, decent defense. But it's some hitters out there. Like you got in the NFC, you got the Arizona Cardinals. You got Seattle.
He got to play New Orleans twice.
Yeah. And if Dallas get their stuff together, you got Dallas. I'm a Skins fan coming from the Skins fan.
That's my question. That's what I want to know. So what's the score going to be this year when the Redskins meet the Cowboys? What it going to look like?
First of all, we got to see who's playing that game.
Yeah.
Because right now, Cowboys' offensive line is all broke up. Of course, if that offensive line that played yesterday go against that Redskin front, it's going to be a disaster for the Cowboys. But if Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins is playing, it's going to be a game. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a game because one thing about Mike McCarthy, he's not going to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? He know this is the one thing we know we got on y'all. Okay, your front against Zeke, it can be a 15-round battle, and it could be a fight. But your secondary against my receivers, you ain't got a fighting chance. So it's going to be a chess match. Can my front hold up against your front and get my receivers going to work on that secondary, or is your front going to kill us? But right now, we play next week, y'all. The Redskins will win the game because my front is not ready for that. You're gonna do the Dak what you did to Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. That front is nasty.
It's too early to predict. Dallas is a better team than Washington.
Like I said, if we play next week, the Redskins will win.
Yeah, but I mean, we got to figure out. The Redskins got the Washington football team have to figure out. We have to figure out what we doing on offense. Got to minimize some mistakes. Matter of fact, we can do this. We can, and if I was a coach, I'd say, look, man, Haskins, I don't need you to win me the game. I don't need you to win me the game. I need you to go through your progressions, and I need you to play smart. I don't need you to try to play hero ball and win me no game. Don't do no ill-advised passes. You see you about to get hit, you hold that ball. You fall down with that ball. Just don't lose me the game. We got a defense that's going to keep us in stuff. We got a great kicker, two great kickers, a great punter and a great kicker that's going to keep us in the game. You got two defensive mind coaches. I just don't need you to lose me the game. We're going to take care of you. And I'm going to get on the phone. Well, Maya, I'm going to call this old coach, and I'm going to call him and say, look, give me some of the plays Haskins liked to run back in college. I'm going to learn a little bit of what he liked to do. I'm going to find his strengths, and I'm going to somehow bring it to the NFL, what he liked to do to get him comfortable. And will it work? It might work, it might not, because the game is fast in the NFL. But I want to do what's comfortable for him. Because you got to understand, he did beat out Burrow for that job.
Got a question. Why we here? Real quick, everybody, before we switch to the NBA, who's your prediction to win each division, and who do you envision being in the Super Bowl? Go.
In the Super Bowl, I mean, it's kind of early.
Go to the division first. Who you got winning each division?
I got the Saints winning the South.
Okay.
I got the Cowboys winning the East. I got the Cardinals winning the West. I got Green Bay winning the North. Go to AFC. I got your boy Pat Mahomes. Them what they did
the West.
The West. I got Pat Mahomes winning the West.
Mm-hmm.
I like to say, man, that's picky. I got the Patriots winning their division. I mean, because Buffalo is their only competition,
and that's some serious competition.
Buffalo, I don't believe in Buffalo. I got what we missed, the South? No, I got the Ravens winning the North. Pittsburgh gonna come. Pittsburgh they gonna come with it this year with Big Ben and their defense. They healthy. But I got Baltimore winning that.
Man, Big Ben ain't playing 16, man.
Listen. But in the Super Bowl, I got Baltimore going to Super Bowl. And I got Baltimore winning. I got either them playing the Saints or the Cardinals. I like Aaron Rodgers, but They ain't doing enough for that man. He look good right now, but they ain't ran up against no real formidable team right now. But I got the Cardinals or the Saints in the Super Bowl versus the Ravens.
I would say the same thing about in the NFC. I would say the same thing about the South. I'm always been a Saints fan, so the Saints. Everything Brian said, except for in the out west, I would put the Seahawks over the Cardinals. The Patriots been going to the North, winning the North ever since 2000.
In the East, the Patriots in the East.
They're in the East.
Yeah.
In the NFC, they're in the AFC.
AFC East.
Okay. All right. But I don't know. Baltimore. I don't know. Predicting the Super Bowl, I say I probably will see. Kansas City might go back, and Baltimore. That's gonna be my call.
Cool. I got the same thing going on with the South. I like the Saints for the South. The NFC East, I got the Philadelphia Eagles repeating as champions.
No, sir.
We can debate that in a minute, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East, the first back-to-back NFC East champion in a long time.
Man.
Out west, I'm gonna stick with the Seattle Seahawks.
Did Philadelphia win yesterday?
No, they lost.
They 0-2, right?
They 0-2. Watch
Okay.
That. Stay there. We're gonna get to that. I'm glad they got you hot. And then out north, I got the Chicago Bears winning that division over the Green
Ooh,
Bay
yeah,
Packers.
Chicago Bears here looking nice now.
Chicago Bears winning that division.
Man, you don't bump your
I'm
knee.
mad.
Watch. And
You
then,
trust in Trubisky.
no, but when Nick Foles take over, I trust in Nick Foles.
Well, if he done took over, then that means it's a problem.
Watch. Listen. Then when we get to the AFC, of course, Kansas City, Baltimore, Houston, and who's left? Kansas City, Baltimore.
You got the Steelers, dog. You
Houston.
cannot look over the Steelers. They got
Baltimore
three
gonna win
rookies
that-
out there that's killing.
Baltimore gonna win that division. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop.
You
Played the
must-
Giants week 1. They played the Giants.
Dog, I'm
They
telling
played
you
the
right now, Claypool and
They
Pittman
played.
is something. No,
Listen,
I don't know if you know about them rookies, but Claypool and
Who
Pittman
did
will be,
Pittsburgh play yesterday? Will be
stars.
Remind me who Pittsburgh played yesterday. Remind me.
Okay, you can't control who you. All you can do is play the team
Remind
that's in
me.
front of you. All you can do is
Who
play the
played
team that's in
yesterday?
front of you.
Can you remind me who they played?
All you can do is play the team that's in front of you.
Like Deion Sanders said when he do his picks. Who Pittsburgh played yesterday? Don't nobody care. Who did they
It
play?
don't matter.
Who did they play?
All you do is beat the team. Each time you get a win, you put a little more confidence in you.
I believe that. Baltimore gonna win that division.
Okay.
Houston gonna win that division.
Okay.
Okay, even though the Colts defense did look good
They
yesterday.
look good, and they got Phillip Rivers.
Oh.
Healthy.
Okay, so it's gonna come down to Indianapolis and Houston in that division. Of course, Kansas City's we already know they won their division. It's a missing a division. Oh, the Buffalo Bills are gonna win. The New England Patriots. I love Cam. Please, Cam. I just want you to make the playoffs. You will.
He gonna make the playoffs.
You're not winning the division.
Yes, he will.
Listen. The Buffalo Bills will win the division for the first time. They will win the division
With
for the first
Stephon
time.
Diggs and Brown out there as the receivers, and the running back is who? The
Huh?
running back is Singletary and who?
I forgot the little young guy they got. They got two young.
They drafted a young boy.
They got two young running backs.
Yeah.
And they got a pretty nice defense. I'm going with Buffalo, buddy. They're going with Buffalo. Now, my Super Bowl prediction, I got Kansas City going back. I believe in Lamar, but he got to prove it to me. I got I forgot about this.
Yeah, Baltimore, they in the West.
Hold
Both of them
on.
in the AFC.
I forgot about another team in the AFC South. Them Tennessee Titans. Oh!
I like Tannehill. I like Brown another year.
Hey.
But
So
no.
listen. Now listen. So in the AFC South, that's gonna be a dogfight to the end. Some of these divisions are gonna be dogfights. Just like in the AFC West, don't write the Rams off. The Rams are gonna be in the mix.
Yeah.
Write the Rams off. Seattle gonna be in the mix.
Don't write the
49ers.
49ers.
49ers done. They got too many injuries.
No,
George Kittle hurt. Joey Bosa got carted off yesterday.
Jordan Reed is still balling.
He's not George Kittle.
Until he get hurt.
He's not
Listen,
George Kittle.
he's over there with his. He's
That's
over
with
there
the Jets.
when he was
That's
in his
the
prime.
Jets.
Listen, when he's in his prime, he was with. He's back with his coach when he was
They
in his
played
prime.
the Jets.
They know how to
yesterday.
get that man open.
It
dog.
was the Jets.
Until that man get hit, he's gonna be excellent.
it was the Jets.
Until he get here, he gonna be excellent. And let me tell you something. Y'all don't know about that boy Ayuk. I can't say his name right. Ayuk, that rookie. Oh, he is the real deal. He is the real deal, and he's healthy now. He will play next week, and he is everything advertised. They got some receivers and they got some weapons.
Yeah, they do.
They there.
They do, but their defense is hurt.
Yeah, the defense.
Sherman is on IR. Bosa just got caught on
Sherman. He's good. I'm not gonna never knock Sherman. I'm not gonna never. That's why I said I'm not gonna knock Sherman. That's gonna be.
He did his job.
Yeah,
he did his job.
Yeah,
he may not be the Sherman of old.
Yeah,
but he did his job.
The 49ers, but I'm just saying the only reason I won't pick the 49ers because they in a division with Seattle, the Rams, and Arizona, arguably the best division in football.
It is. I'm looking at the division ranking now.
Now, for the debate, he won a debate real quick. I'm sticking with him to him. Unless the Cowboys get some help in that secondary, like go out and get somebody like a Earl Thomas, Clinton Dix, somebody, Eric Reed, anybody to fill the void in that secondary. Coming down the stretch of this season, we're going to see the same thing we did yesterday. We're going to beat the bad teams and lose to the good ones. And the
Eagles is a good team.
But I'm going to tell you about these Eagles.
They're what?
I'm going to tell you about these Eagles. If you pay attention to what the Eagles done these last couple of years, the last 3 years, they've done the same thing. They get to that point where they semi-healthy. They got that championship grit. They do. That's how they came back and stole the division from us last year. And the year before, they was too banged up throughout the year to win the division. But when they got to them playoffs, let's not forget that Nick Foles threw a perfect pass. Alshon Jeffries just bobbled it to an interception. They was on their way back to the Super Bowl again. They got that grit. Something about when the bright lights come on in November, December, that dude Doug Peterson has them ready.
Well, let's go down their record. They play the Bengals next week.
That's a win.
They play the 49ers the week after.
That's 50-50.
They play the Steelers the week after that.
50-50.
Then they play the Ravens.
Loss.
Then they play the Giants.
Win.
They play the Cowboys.
50-50.
They go back to the Giants.
Win.
They go play the Browns.
Win.
They play the Seahawks.
50-50.
They play the Packers.
L.
They play the Saints.
L.
They play Cardinals.
50-50.
They play the Cowboys again.
50-50.
Man, Brian, you ain't gave them a winning record.
I said 50-50.
50-50. You ain't give them a definite winning record. Well, you can be 8-8 win the division.
Go through the Cowboys schedule right now. Just real quick. Just so you want to.
Philly is 0-2.
We one game in front of them.
Yep.
The difference is
through it all, we one game in front of them.
The Philly lost a divisional game.
We one game in front of them.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't believe in Philly.
I do.
I don't believe in them. I don't believe in Wentz. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I don't believe in Wentz either.
They lost to the
man.
Rams.
Listen. Well, I want y'all to think about something there.
Okay, no, let's go through the Cowboys schedule first.
Okay,
they lost. They lost to the Rams. They beat the Falcons. They play Seahawks next week.
L.
Browns.
Win.
Giants.
Win.
Cardinals.
50-50.
Washington. Win.
Whoa.
That's a win.
Stop. If Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith was not back, that's an L.
They play the Eagles.
50-50.
Steelers.
W.
Vikings.
W.
Washington again.
50-50.
Ravens.
L.
Bengals.
W.
49ers.
L. Keep going.
Eagles.
L. Hold on. Which is that game at Philly or Dallas?
It's at Philly.
L.
Cowboys. They play the Giants.
W. So we finished the season with the Giants?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't see Philly. I don't see Philly winning that division, man.
No.
They got to go through the Ravens. They got to go to Green Bay. That's two. They got to go through Arizona. They got to play.
We got to go through them
and
too.
they still got to win.
And
they
we
got to
go through them too. We got to survive them too.
No, they don't. You play so you won't play Green Bay. You'll play in that division. You play. You see what I'm saying?
Minnesota.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Their schedule is a little more brutal.
All right, listen. All right, let's go. Let's get into the NBA. Before we get to the current situation with the NBA, we got to test this because all summer long I heard about somebody being Jordan-esque. He's this, he's that, and I like the guy, and I took up for the guy. But what happened to this guy cannot be defended. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, y'all got a lot of explaining to do. That was embarrassing. And that is a legacy killer. I don't care what you say. That was a legacy killer, bro. To be up 3-1 and up by double figures 3 times and you lost, and then you get to the game 7, you only had like 14 points. There's no coming back from that, player. The only thing y'all can do is win championships from here on out. But if you never win another championship again, let me say this right now. If you never win a championship again, you're never going to get the recognition that you thought you was about to get. And that's facts.
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Kawhi Leonard is one of the best basketball players in the league. He go about his game. He kind of got the dunking in it. Matter of fact, that's where he came from. And they got that thing is they don't do too much talking. They go play their game. They get the job done, so they don't get praised. They don't get all the accolades that other players get. Paul George was a top free agent, but I like Paul George, but tell me something Paul George has done. Really. I like everybody said the Clippers was gonna do this and then the other. Cool. But being honest, the team that they lost to wasn't no chumps. They were up 3 games to 1. That Miami team, not the Miami. I'm on the wrong thing. My bad. That Denver team, because I want to get in that Miami team. I like them.
Yo, I like that Miami team too. I slept on. I ain't know nothing about them. I slept on.
They are special. But I never was big on the Clippers. Everybody saw they put a bunch of people together. They might have a team that Portland team they put together that a long time ago with Pippen and all them. Just because you got a lot of good players, they remind me of that Lakers team with Shaq and Karl Malone and Gary Payton.
They old as dirt.
It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to tell you is
and they went to the finals.
Yeah, but listen. What about the Portland team with Sabonis and all them? With Scottie Pippen, with all them players.
Did you see the Lakers team they lost to?
Yeah, they did. They lost to Kobe and Shaq.
No. It was more than Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe and Shaq.
Hold on.
But listen, what I'm trying to tell you is that team was stacked. They were stacked and they had a stacked bench. They wasn't stacked like Portland was.
Big Shot Bob. No. Glenn Rice. Are you serious?
Hold on.
No.
Before we get off the topic too far, I want to stay on the Clippers. Let me say my piece about the Clippers. Let's talk sports. Let me get my piece in. I feel like the main thing that happened, because you're supposed to be up and not maybe on a superstar team, but this is a young team, so that shouldn't have happened. I felt like what Carlton's saying is valid, but at the same time, that really just exposed Doc, man. It's about time for Doc to hang it up.
Man, do y'all remember? Listen, y'all had remember that OKC team that was up on Golden State 3-1?
Definitely not the same thing.
It wasn't the same thing, but they was up on with Westbrook and Kevin Durant. They was up on Golden State 3-1.
Yeah,
they was up on 3-1. Had it on the back.
But I've been hot ever since.
How is not the same? You have the best players in the
planet. Let me say why it's not the same. Because they didn't have that third man. They didn't have what his name? They were the best when they had Harden. OKC was the best when they had Harden.
Not just that though. Hold on, not just that. I knew people want to run to that, but not just that. That was a 73-9 Golden State team. That was down 3-1, right?
Okay.
And hold on, Steph them, and Clay had to shoot lights out to keep them in that series and to win that game. Wait a minute. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker for Kawhi Leonard. Since you want to do that, watch this. The team that was supposed to be in that Western Conference Finals was San Antonio.
Well, it depends.
Wait a minute. You forgot Westbrook and Durant knocked that 67-win San Antonio team out to get there. Watch this. And Kevin Durant was coming off a foot injury from the year before. He wasn't even the same.
Well, let me say this. With that being said, they are in the bubble. One. And when you in the bubble, them fake fans and stuff, fans have a lot to do with the game. Home cooking got a lot to do with the game. Sleeping in your own bed got a lot to do with the game. in the bubble, you look at this year. This has been one of the craziest years, and you can't listen. You got Miami coming
Games
out.
are good, though,
Wait a
Brian. We
minute.
can play our games.
Miami doing their thing. You had Milwaukee over there getting beat early. You got Houston over there getting beat. Well, they got beat by the Lakers, but they in the bubble. And the bubble is a little different. It's different. And my vote is for the finals to let people in the arena. Spread it out. Let people and let them play. If you make it to the finals, if it's LA and Miami gonna have some fans in the stand. LA has some fans in the stand, but you get to go back and forth in your thing.
Hey, listen.
But
that man ain't getting off the hook.
How?
How?
Kawhi play. Listen, man.
Yeah,
his
14
team,
points a game.
it doesn't matter. The game is more than just getting points.
He wasn't a factor in game 7, bro.
No, he was tired.
He's tired.
He was tired.
Hold on.
Paul George didn't show up none that series. In the series before that. I mean, which Paul George you had?
Brian, but the point is still though, they had 2 series to prepare for that, man. They seen them boys coming.
Watch this. Now you just brought up Kevin Durant, right?
Yeah.
You just brought up Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Now Kevin Durant got criticized for his finals appearance against Miami, and he got criticized for that Golden State series, right?
I didn't.
But watch this. But even in those instances, he still went down firing. 20.
But he's a scorer. He's a
points win games. Points win games.
He's a scorer.
Points win games.
They do, but defense does too.
But Kawhi didn't do both because his man was
he's a scorer.
But the man Kawhi was God and shot the lights out. He didn't do neither. He didn't score and he didn't stop the man.
Well, listen. My thing is, y'all want to blame the players and the true players be on the court. But I want to put Doc as part of it. I think that he was making substitutions, playing people at the wrong time. I think he didn't manage the clock right. I think the bubble has something to do with it. Can it be we got it wrong? And I believe Denver would play better ball. And they beat them.
We got it wrong, B.
I didn't get it wrong because I didn't pick the Clippers. I wasn't big on the Clippers.
Listen, everybody.
Hold on.
I didn't know him.
Let me read this to you. This is hot off the press. I mean, on the line ticker right now. Clippers rumor: Paul George met with bewilderment after post game 7 comments. But he didn't show up. I hadn't seen him in the playoffs yet, really. Well, he was just out there balling. So I agree, man. It was between Doc and Paul. If you asking me, I ain't gonna come down on Kawhi. Kawhi just came off a ring last year.
Yeah, and guess what? And the team that he won the ring with won 50 games this year. They had a better record than the Clippers.
Who?
Toronto did. They had a better record than the Clippers in the regular season.
Yeah, but I mean, my thing is like at the end of the day, man.
And they went all 7.
People anointed the Clippers anyway. They thought the Clippers was going to be the only fight against the Lakers or whatever. And I kept saying I didn't think the Clippers was going to get there. I thought the Clippers. I really saw Houston being better than the Clippers. I didn't think the Clippers was going to get there. I thought that I knew the Lakers were going to be there, and look, they there. They about to beat these boys. They about to mop these boys on up. These young special boys that were pretty good. They about to ease them on up out of here. And when they go to the finals, they going to whoop whoever they play in the finals. And it's not because I'm saying it because I'm a Laker fan, but let me tell you right now, they going to make light work of either one of those teams. Boston got a better chance against them, but no.
I like the Heat. I'm sorry. I believe he's going to beat Boston.
Boston match up better against them. Boston match up better. And basketball is about matchups. Boston match up better against them, but they're going to beat Boston.
Hey, man, listen. For the culture, and riding the flag, keeping the Black Lives Matter matchup going forward, I'm riding with LBJ. So if he get it, and he did it for the culture. Let's do it, baby. That's gonna do it for Let's Talk Sports, man. We catch y'all on the next one, man. Every time
the Eagles
it's the right time. Hey, man, I got the Eagles.
That was what he said. We out. Talk to y'all later, man. Let's talk.